All right, review for Disclosure Day. Spielberg's new movie, screenplay by David Cope. I think that's how you pronounce it. He wrote the first Jurassic Park. A lot of good stuff. Stir of Echoes, or was at least one of the writers on these movies. Snake Eyes. I like Snake Eyes. Stir of Echoes, I think is great. Lost World, Jurassic Park, not so great. But Carlito's Way, it's a good movie. So good writer. Um, this movie, I thought it was okay. I didn't hate it. It's probably, what has Spielberg done recently? It's more interesting than what he's been doing lately. Because I didn't watch his biopic about himself. I thought that was a little weird to make a biopic about yourself. The Fableman. Uh, trying to. So that was his last movie, 2022. I didn't watch West Side Story. I don't really care about musicals. Ready Player One, I thought was okay. Um, The Post, I never saw. The BFG, I never saw. Bridge of Spies, I thought was boring. Lincoln, it's all right. So yeah, this was okay. It's nothing amazing. Spielberg's like 79 years old. I'll give him a little bit of a break, but it's all right. I liked. At least he's going back to sci-fi. You know what? You could say Close Encounters, E.T., War of the Worlds is another alien invasion, or I guess they were buried underground, which makes no sense to me. How we never would have found them with all the deep drilling we do, but um, so I guess this is like his fourth movie to deal with that, kind of, and it's a decent movie. I don't know. I give it like a 6.5 out of 10, something like that. It's too long. It's like 2 hours and 20 minutes. I was kind of getting bored in the middle. Um, he's. I think it's the same cinematographer he's been using for a long time. Kind of has like that Minority Report with like the light beaming in the back. Kind of like how this looks a little bit. Like for some reason, he really likes that, like really strong starbursts going at your eyes. Emily Blunt's basically the star, and this other guy, she's dating Kurt Russell's son. And I'm just gonna get into spoilers. I thought it was all right. I don't really know. It's not great. It's not like the worst movie ever. It's better than the Death of Robin Hood, that's for sure. Better than Supergirl, better than Mando and Grogu, I'd say. Um, at least it's about, at least the way it handles the reveal of aliens is somewhat believable to me. I'm a big fan of the X Files, and you know, this is kind of like Roswell happened. They filmed it, but it's been locked away. Other alien contact has happened, and it's filmed, and it's locked away, and it's locked in behind a private company that gets money from the government. And this is like conspiracy theory 101, because there are conspiracy theories that the government uses private companies so that the Freedom of Information Act requests aren't allowed, because that's trade knowledge, that's private, even though like all their funding's from the government. So it's really just like a loophole they're using. And this is like, conspiracy theory that people have talked about for many years. That there's the secret technology, secret alien technology. They have alien bodies, and in this, they even are basically experimenting on the aliens. And Colin Firth is basically the big bad in this movie, who wants to keep all this information locked away. And they have these rods. I think they have three of them, and they basically have like magical powers if you know how to use them correctly. So, gonna get into spoilers. Um, Basically, Emily Blunt is like the chosen one, and this other guy is kind of the chosen one too, but she's obviously far more powerful than him. She's dating Kurt Russell's son. He's kind of like a cuck idiot because he doesn't really believe what's going on. He tries to turn her into the feds. She ditches him. I think it's kind of suggested that the other guy who has been contacted by aliens is, they have like a romance. I think it's kind of hinted at, but and one day it turns on for her because as a kid she was contacted by aliens and this other guy as a kid, and then one day a bird flies into her room where Kurt Russell's son is also, and basically turns it on, and she could start reading people's thoughts, knowing what they're thinking. She starts speaking in all these foreign languages. Then on air, she's like a weather woman. She starts to speak the alien language, basically as trying to disclose to the world, but no one really knows what's going on. So they cut the feed. She like collapses and faints. Then the feds get onto her. While all of this is taking place, that guy who was also contacted by the aliens when he was a kid, um, he stole a bunch of um, videos of alien contact, and he also stole this rod, or maybe two of them, I think, that has magical powers, basically. Later on, she uses it to make everyone invisible so that no one could see them. When Colin Firth is trying to find them, it can make you like see through other people's eyes, unless you're previously contacted or what they call an experiencer. So I may not be explaining this great, but I don't know. It was an okay movie. I mean, some people were saying it's boring, and yeah, but I don't know. Something about it, I kind of liked it. It's way too long, though. It's way too long. As the planet is on brink of nuclear war, cybersecurity specialist Dr. Daniel Keller has stolen material from his employer, a secretive U.S. government contractor known as the Wardex Corporation. Which I liked all that because that's very believable to me. That there's these secret, non-governmental, private companies that have all this information, have this technology, but it's not the government. So, even like the Congress and the military and stuff don't know everything. They're just giving them money. Kellner's thefts includes includes an artifact of extraterrestrial technology. That's the rod. Documents and hard drives containing videos of extraterrestrial contact of the Roswell incident. When cornered by Wardex CEO Noah Scanlon, who's Colin Firth, Keller threatens him with the extraterrestrial device and escapes with his girlfriend. They hide at her former convent. Yeah, there's this whole other subplot. There's a lot of subplots in this movie. Of his girlfriend was an ex nun. She kind of lost her faith. Although the nun that like is like her mentor says, "You lost your faith in people," and that's a whole other thing in this movie. Is like, are we alone? Did God just create us? And then like the nun says, "Well, God says He created us on Earth, and we're His supreme being." Doesn't mean there aren't other beings. I don't know. During the promotion of this, Steven Spielberg says, this will make you question your faith and all this. I don't think so, but, you know, he's trying to build up hype for his movie. In Kansas City, NBC meteorologist is preparing to work when a cardinal flies into her room. The instant it stimulates a psychic ability. So yeah, that's basically the setup for the movie. And then the rest of the movie, they're trying to get the guy, his girlfriend, and Margaret Fairchild, who's Emily Blunt. And it's just kind of meandering. I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10, not a 6.5, because it's just kind of meandering. A lot of things are happening. There's this other group that they're trying to get the information to, so that they can then take it to her employer, NBC. But it's kind of like, wouldn't like NBC and like they have CNN and all them, wouldn't they be in on like the government control too? But no, they're kind of shown as like pure as the white snow, and I don't believe that at all. Like they're not controlled. Come on. I mean, it's like everything else is, but they're not. Like they've shown that they have like back doors into everyone's hard drives and telephones, but NBC and like CBS and all them, oh, they're just gonna, oh, okay, we're just gonna release the information. All right, I don't know, I don't really buy it, um, but Emily Blunt is like using her magic powers to like convince her boss to put her on air, because she's not an anchor, to put her on air as the anchor, to explain it, and then to have the other guy show all the video of alien contact, of like UFOs, flying saucers. One was like a giant pyramid in the sky. Contact a little green. Well, actually, like the Greys. Little gray men. And then in the end, they even haul out one where I'm like, where did they get that one? Like, it's like an older gray that they've just been putting in storage, I guess, in the corner. And what's that guy's name? Coleman Domingo. Um, yeah, he kind of just hauls out and then puts it on air. And look, here's an alien right here. So, and then in the end, I mean, Colin Firth, he's able to stop them because he gets there. They like cut the power. They have a backup generator. I think they cut that, but then Emily Blunt's able to like basically uh create electricity with her magic powers. It's all a little silly and ridiculous, but I don't know. And then it's like Colin Firth. It's like, well, why didn't he stop them in the end? Is it because she's using her powers on him? And she already did that. She like took the form of like his ex-wife who died, and it's explained that like when she died, it basically like killed a part of him, and now he's all cynical and he doesn't want any of this released. And throughout the movie, he's doing anything he can to stop him. He's trying to kill him, but yeah, but then in the end, he just sits there in the same room while they release all the information to the world. So, and that's Disclosure Day. They're showing the whole world, and everyone's on their cell phones looking at it, which I don't believe would happen. A lot of people would probably be like, "Oh, I don't even care. Like, I'm gonna go back to watching, football, or I'm gonna go back to playing this video game." Because like, not everyone would see it. But in Spielberg's mind, they would, because everyone watches the news. No, Spielberg, they don't. A lot of people just don't care at all. And B, some people would be like, okay, well, I don't really care. Or they would just be like, well, all that video's fake. It's like AI or something. So, but it's kind of like idealistic and naive, I'd say, on Spielberg's part. But that that the NBC and that these companies would release it, because I don't think they would, but maybe they would. I don't know. It's just kind of my thoughts on it. I mean, maybe they would. I don't know. And then B, that people would believe it, and then C, would people even care? Some people would. That's for sure. So yeah, it is an okay movie. John Williams did the music. Eh, I didn't really. I don't even really remember much of the music, so not one of his best, I'd say. It's not terrible, of course. Janusz Kaminski does the cinematography. That he's been using him for many years. Like I said, if you know Spielberg movies, at least the last like 25 years, this is the look. Like something to do with the sun. I don't know. It's like the light. It's like shafts of light beaming behind people. I don't know. It's a very distinct look. He's not like Spielberg's used a lot of good cinematographers. Um, this he's talented guy. I don't hate him. Let's see, when did he start using him? Okay, he did Jerry Maguire, The Lost World. I think that's when he started using him. Because the original Jurassic Park was shot by the guy who worked for John Carpenter, and he also did the Back to the Future movies, which is probably how he's connected to Spielberg. I think it may be the only movie he shot of his though, but God, what's his name? Man, he's a great cinematographer, but he shot Halloween 1, 2, and 3, The Thing, a bunch of Carpenter stuff, and then yeah, Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. But Amistad, Saving Private Ryan, AI, Minority Report, Catch Me If You Can, The Terminal, War of the Worlds, Munich, The Diving Bell, and The Butterfly. Crystal Skull, Funny People, Adventures of Tintin, War Horse. Like that movie. That movie's very similar look, I'd say, to this. Yeah, so Bridge of Spies, almost exclusively Spielberg. If Disclosure Day. So talented guy, not like my favorite cinematographer, but I guess he started with Schindler's List. Okay. Cool as Ice. Cinematographer on. So somewhat of a connection to Vanilla Ice. Maybe Vanilla Ice should have done a song in this movie. It probably would have livened it up a little bit. But yeah, that's about it though. Decent movie. I'm just not sure I buy everything in it, but I kind of like what he was doing. There's also kind of this weird thing where Emily Blunt becomes like almost like a god. Someone starts like worshiping her, like they do the crucifix and they like bow down to her, and she's like, no, no. But like, there's kind of like a little bit of a thing where like she's becoming like a god that maybe people will worship. I don't know. No one really worships the guy though. So, but maybe she's the goddess and he's the god. I think that's in there too. But yeah, I think if you're like a fan of alien stuff, X Files, stuff like that, check it out. It's too long, definitely, but that's about it though. All right, see you next time.